Boom. How
Okay.
awesome was that? Hi, everyone. McWavy was McWonderful. That was amazing and super, super pumped. I'm Duke Rumley, Executive Director of Sober AF Entertainment. Howdy, howdy. Welcome to SAFE. We create safe spaces and fun places. This is Taylor. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
And we are going to do a little interview about what SAFE is here, and then we're going to have Khayden coming up next. So we're super pumped about that. So welcome, Taylor.
Thank you so much. Very excited to be here.
So just wanted to say thanks for being a part of Sober AF Entertainment. Over the last 3 years, we've done 64 events and had over 4,000 people join us. And now we're virtual. And how about a little sober brunch? Get your drinks up. This is my
Cheers.
virgin mimosa. And we want to thank our soon-to-be sponsor, hopefully, for our virgin mimosas. Anyways, I know you had a bunch of questions about Sober AF Entertainment, but more importantly, McWavy is you're a fan and they're a fan of yours.
I am. I had the opportunity to see her at Revive Retreat, a festival that happened a few months ago, and she is just a very authentic and talented person. And she plays a million different instruments and has a beautiful voice. And you can just, her smile is contagious. So it was really great to get to see her again virtually here and celebrate the new year in sober fashion with everybody.
Well, it's just kind of great how music combines us. It's nothing like going to a music festival and it's 5,000, 10,000 people and everyone gets along, right? It gives you kind of this hope in humanity again. And we are all missing that right now. So hope you're enjoying this and hope you're enjoying a little music. And we're really excited about Khayden coming up next. So we want to thank McWavy for that killer set during our sober brunch. And we are really excited about Khayden coming up next. But welcome to the Sober Brunch Jam. And Taylor's got a couple questions for us, I think.
I do. I can start by introducing myself a little bit. My name is Taylor Hentzman. I've had the pleasure of working with Duke and the Sober AF team over the past few weeks, getting to know the mission, getting to know more about you, Duke, and really excited to be a part of this project. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up over the next 6 months. Every other week, we're going to have a different live stream, different genres, and sober support for you all.
Wait a minute. We're doing this every other week?
Yep, you heard it here first, people.
For the next 6
every
months?
other week. It's going to be fun. And
yes.
That is a great way to start it off. Nothing like a little jazzy sober brunch to keep us all connected and get us ready for the new year. But yeah, I'm really excited to work on this project. And Duke, I have learned so much from you already over the past few weeks and about your mission and your passion to create a community for people to feel safe, and your mission to create safe spaces and fun places, excuse me. So that is what we're doing today. And I guess we'll get started. I want to ask you a little bit about, you mentioned all the what we've done so far. We've had 64 different events, and that is ranging from tailgates at sporting events, going to concerts and setting up booths there to create a space for people to have a community and chat and not have to worry about drinking or all the other things that are associated with these events typically. I just kind of want to ask you, what motivated you to kind of move on to this next project? Why did you want to start the S.AFE Spaces stream, and where did that motivation come from?
Well, a year ago, we were doing a lot of music festivals and sporting events. And actually, New Year's Eve, we had 140 people attend the Colorado Avalanche hockey game. So 140 people sober on New Year's Eve is mind-blowing. Then we went across the street to an amazing music festival called Decadence. And they gave us 6 tickets for 2 nights, the 30th and 31st of their music festival. And it just had a bunch of huge EDM artists and So we were there till 4:30 in the morning both nights, and it really kind of proved what we're trying to accomplish. We actually had this amazing story of this young man who kind of came in and said, "Hey, I heard you guys were here at this music festival, and I'm here with two other buddies, and we promised each other we weren't going to use any drugs, and the two of them actually did go out and get some drugs while they're at this thing, and he came to us like, if I hadn't found you guys, I was going to use." So he hung out with us for a little over an hour, and it just kind of proved the mission that there are people looking for a community to be able to do this. And it was really kind of this heartwarming moment on New Year's Eve. And a bunch of amazing artists, and just we really had a great time. And so that was kind of what we were doing up to this point of when COVID hit. And then COVID hit, and we're like, this may last a couple months, but just in case it doesn't, we should try to host a music festival. So we went out, and I think we got like 45 different artists and hosted a 5-day music festival in May. And it was a smash success and had a lot of fun doing it. We also had a bunch of sober support stitched in there. We had SAMHSA, we had Miss America talking about the danger of opioids. We had suicide prevention. And so we did another one, music festival, in June, and another one in July. And we had a total of 40,000 people watch over these 3 different festivals. So we realized that there is a want and a need for this. So that's why we're getting the music channel up and running again. So for the next 6 months, we are going to be hosting 12 events every other Thursday. And it's going to be from 8 to 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And you have to do the math on the other ones, but those two I know. So super excited about doing that and really kind of gathering this community of people looking for a sober good time and some community while we're all stuck at home, and this sucks, and we all miss music. So that is what we're trying to do for the next 6 months. And then hopefully we're back at music festivals and back at concerts, hosting these sober support tents. And we do have a couple live events planned. We have we're going to throw a giant party at the Super Bowl this year. So that's February 7th. We're going to have a bunch of different artists. We're going to have a live stream of that also. So we're hoping that you will jump in, and we're going to have a 2+ hour, 4 different artists and a bunch of different speakers in Tampa. Some former NFL players have agreed to partner with us. We've got a treatment center that is in Tampa that has partnered with us that we're really excited about hosting it at, called White Sands. So we've got kind of this big event happening, and obviously the live stream is really a cool component. And then on June 18th, we've got 1,000 tickets reserved with the Rockies. So we're going to have a sober section, sober tailgate, sober event with the Colorado Rockies on National Recovery Appreciation Night. And then we're looking to do something similar in New York City with the New York Mets. So all of this momentum we're trying to build, so you can come to our website and then you can host your own sober event. So if there's a music event or a sporting event that you want to host a sober tailgate at and possibly get discounted seats using our nonprofit status, call us. And we'll be able to put it on the website, and then you will help promote your own sober section and sober support event beforehand is really the goal. And we're asking people who do that they do also include a sober coach. So sober coaching is kind of new to this community. They have resources for people who might need help with kind of like job skills or housing needs, or even if they're having some shortage on food. This sober coach can help in areas outside of kind of typical 12-step support. So we're really excited about helping kind of promote this new movement for a lot of reasons. One of them, it's a little easier for us to get grants. But secondly, we're really excited about being able to help more people. And, how do we kind of connect everyone and get them a little more resources?
Yeah, I mean, I think to your point earlier when you were talking about the 2 guys that, came to that festival and maybe decided together that they were, gonna stay above the influence, and then you're in an environment where it's not always so easy to do so, and I think that's the case at a lot of these music events. I know from attending festivals and concerts myself that it is not always a very, sober inclusive place. So that pressure from other people to think that in order to have fun at these events, they need to, drink or do drugs. And I think it's awesome that you guys are showing them that being sober can be fun and remembering these events is what it's all about. What's the point of going to an event if you're not going to remember it the next day? So I think this is going to be a great opportunity for you guys to take a little bit of the shame and, away from being sober, or for anybody struggling with any sort of addiction, that shame aspect is oftentimes a big factor. No one wants to be the sober guy at a party, but we're changing that because being sober is
Right.
cool. And the sober guy at the party is probably going to have a better time than most others, right?
So, yes, we feel that way. Thank you for putting it just like that. Um, because there is a lot of stigma about it. And the flip side is, really your generation is not buying the hype that you have to be wasted at everything to have fun. It was, I think, definitely something that I grew up on. And when I got sober at 21, I definitely felt like kind of the weirdo or the oddball,
Right,
not drinking at a Grateful Dead concert or
right.
uh, Notre Dame game or kind of wherever it was, um, and I think there was a lot of all kind of I was putting my own thoughts on it that may not even been out there, but um, we know today how deadly drugs are. We know today, they're expecting roughly 85,000 people to die in the next or this calendar year of drug overdose, and so you just don't know what's in drugs this day. So if
Mhm.
we want to kind of protect each other, this is a great way to do it and have a boatload of fun. We know it's a lot cheaper. We know you'll feel better. You'll feel hopefully more connected. Um, we understand that if you take something away, like this party culture, you have to place it with something else, right? It can't just be this giant void of not having any fun or kind of going without community. So, um, ideally, that's what we're building. We're building a community because we know, being sober can be a little awkward. So if you can kind of push through that first 10 minutes of kind of the awkwardness of that event by a killer tailgate with a giant big screen TV and wiffle ball going on and cornhole and, um, you
Right.
know,
It's a great
a great,
opportunity for people to not only, build a community, but learn about, who they are and who they are without, those substances and the kind of person that they want to continue to build to be. So I think that's awesome.
well, Taylor, that's a great way to put it. You are right spot on. That, there's definitely kind of this generation kind of looking for that. And we're shocked it's not out there and we want to provide it. And it's not, we're saying, alcohol's bad or drugs are bad. We're just saying, if you want to take a night up out, we got a place for you. You
Exactly.
don't have to have some long-term sobriety commitment. If you just want to kind of try taking a night off and not feel like you're the only one, we got a section where nobody will puke on you for being whiskey drunk or uh, you don't
Definitely.
have to kind of worry about the stigma or the pressure to do drugs.
Definitely. And, in the meantime, while we are waiting to get back to those live events, there's a lot of people who are at home, having some, struggles with, maybe too much alone time or too much time with their thoughts. So what would your, biggest advice be to those people who are home right now and are lacking in that community or lacking, the motivation or the resources to stay sober?
Well, right now we are all like driving a car 60 miles an hour on ice, right? It is unprecedented. I would say we're all under so much more stress we don't realize just because it's so brand new. And we're also kind of going back into the winter. I know there's like some seasonal um, depression stuff that can happen. And so, first off, be really kind with yourself. And what we say is really extend the wick, like try not to lose your cool.
Yeah.
Anything you say or do, you can't take back is a problem. And things like a morning meditation gratitude list. So I try to get on my knees and just 10 things I'm grateful for every morning. And it's usually my 2 kids are the first two, my parents are the second one of my siblings is the fifth one, and hopefully the next 5 is just kind of people I'm going to be in touch with that day. Um, so you, Matt, Lou have been on that list. So just that I just so appreciate you guys. And if I do that little meditation, I'm kind of aware of like, oh my God, I'm gonna spend some time with Taylor. This will, I so appreciate what that group does. And I'm a little more in the moment when I am with someone versus being in the room with them, but thinking else, not really appreciate Taylor or Lou or Matt or somebody else from the team, helping safe.
Definitely. I think that's what it's all about. Present in that moment and keeping yourself accountable. And don't think I could have said it any better myself.
And I would also say you can go online and you can find right now a ton of different 12-step support groups. Everything's online. Zoom meetings are a little weird, but they're super available for whatever kind of support you're looking for.
And those are those resources are things that, anybody can find on your website or on our Facebook page or Instagram. You're constantly on there trying to, tell people about different opportunities. And what we're doing here with this series is, another one of those great opportunities and a great way for people to, kind of stay anonymous if they're not ready to introduce themselves into the sober world. Just sitting here and watching and listening to this, that's a step for anybody, So if you think that you're not doing enough, you're doing the best that you can today. And I think that we can kind of wrap it up there and get everybody ready for Khayden up next. And we hope to see you guys every other week for this as we continue this series and give you more advice and support and some awesome music. And to that, I say we cheers.
Thank you. We'll see you for the next 6 months, right?
You guys.
Have a great sober brunch. Go Irish.
All right.